friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber, so glad you've joined me today for my Weight Watchers Weigh-In Wednesday, the day of the week where I give an update on my 103-pound weight loss journey. I joined Weight Watchers on December 26, 2018, so about a year and a half ago, a little bit over that. And, I weigh myself every day, but I report to you once a week on Wednesdays. And so what did the scale say today? Well, I'll tell you, and then I'll talk about my week in review. So hopped on the scale this morning and it was 185.0. I will take this as a win because it is a maintain. It is exactly the same as last Wednesday. And I'll tell you why I'm taking it as a win. Excuse me, as I said, mentioned last week that it was my son's birthday last week, so we celebrated, and I made a nice Mexican casserole. That was his request, and it was very good. I wouldn't say that it was extremely high in points, but of course it did contain cheddar cheese, so there's that. And I did have a small slice of cake, excuse me. So I had that to work out. Thankfully, I had a number of days before the weigh-in to let that kind of average out. So yeah, so what did I concentrate on this past week? Well, I will tell you that I have been more mindful of my BLTs. Do you know what a BLT is? It's not a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. In this instance, it is a bite, a lick, or a taste. Yeah, it's those small little nibbles that can add up. So I have been more mindful of my snacking, wherein the past I have had, my hubby and I love the Angie's kettle corn, the sweet and salty one in the purple bag. Maybe you guys have seen it. Anyway, I think I was having maybe that too many days. Even though it was within my points, I have scaled back from that. Well, we ran out, so I had no choice. But I've also been more mindful of my sauces. Hubby brought home, Heinz makes this new Memphis barbecue. It's like sweet and spicy. And while it is tasty, and I counted all my points, I would say that that was probably not helping me. So I'm going back to my ketchup, or I'm a sauce person. I don't know about you guys, but I like sauce, especially considering how much chicken we eat. But I am going back to my ketchup. 1 tablespoon is 1 point. So if I have 2 tablespoons in a meal, no big deal. Also, like for instance, yesterday I stopped by Chick-fil-A, and knowing today was my weigh-in, I definitely did not order the grilled chicken sandwich, although that is healthy. However, I know how bread is with me, so I ordered the 12-count grilled chicken nuggets, and I had yellow mustard for 0 points with it. And of course I brought my LaCroix, so that's 0. So it's being mindful of all those little daily choices. So mindful of all my sauces, my snacking, the BLTs, bites, licks, and tastes of things, and really just getting back to the basics, because I have a laser focus on that 145. I am getting there. So where does that bring me now? I am down 60. I started at 248, and so I'm now at 185. So I'm down 65 pounds. I have 40, is that right? 40 more to go. I know I have 40 more to go because I'm at 185. So yeah, I am laser focused on that last 40 pounds. I am going to get there. So I'm re-examining all of what I'm consuming and seeing where I can improve all the time. That's kind of my weekly mode of operation. What worked and what didn't. What didn't work, I suppose, is the birthday cake. However, life is to be celebrated and enjoyed, as long as we don't have birthdays every day, right, to celebrate. I will say, however, my older son's birthday, our big family dinner with him, is this coming week. However, I'm just going to have a little sliver. I have to celebrate. He's turning 32 this year. Hard to believe that. Considering I'm only like, I don't know, 40? Not. I'm 50. But yeah, so we're excited about the family getting together. I have not seen my beautiful daughter-in-law since March, so really excited to see her and have that family time of celebration. So I will be having cake, but I will be otherwise very mindful about what I'm intaking, because I really, I am hoping to get to 184 this coming week for sure. Of course, my sister and brother-in-law are coming to visit soon, and I have asked her if she would make these special cookies that our mom used to make, and so I will be having some of those. Hopefully I will be able to be more active, but yeah, I'm not gonna have a whole pan, so there's that. So yeah, back to the whole life is meant to be celebrated, but moderation. And of course, tracking. Our WW leader, Janice, used to always say, only track on days you want to lose. And so true, right? Only be accountable to yourself on days you want to lose, right? Otherwise, we're kind of deceiving ourselves, right? If we're not owning up to what we're consuming. Speaking of tracking though, I will say that I'm happy to report that hubby is back on the plan. He's been tracking and very committed. He is really being intentional about, getting back on track with the weight loss. So I am excited about that. It certainly is a support to me and hopefully kind of limits some of the stuff that he buys at the grocery store that is not Weight Watcher friendly. But yeah, so excited about that. I wanted to share with you the weekly that I printed off of the WW website. And it's talking about what happens in your body when you eat healthier. So it says there are tons of reasons why we eat what we do. We might grab a warm chocolate chip cookie because we're happy or homesick, or maybe just because it smells really good. We might grab strawberries because they're right at the front of the fridge or easy to snack on. And while we eat for so many different reasons, thinking about how it will benefit our body is another. When we choose foods based on what they do for us, we can pick healthier and more nutritious options more often. Which, really goes back to knowledge is power. So the more we know, the more informed decisions we can make, right? So it says, pinpoint the health benefits you're looking to focus on. Then choose foods that can help you meet those goals. And then it says, bonus, my WW, or Weight Watchers, is already built with this in mind. So that's good. So on the one column, it says, I want to focus on heart health. And then it says, well, then you should pick foods low in saturated fat, which means lean chicken or turkey breast, fish, and nuts. And then the other categories, it says, I want to focus on feeling fuller. So if you're hungry a lot, focus on foods that are high in fiber, fruits, vegetables, and legumes. And then if you want to focus on maintaining lean muscle, which is definitely something that we all should strive towards as we're losing weight, especially if you, in any case, I was going to say, especially if you have a lot to lose, but in any case, high in protein. That's why I have noticed over the past 60 plus pounds, that when I maintain a good amount of protein, that I'm consistently having my eggs, my chicken, etc., beans, I'm more prone to weight loss. Conversely, I have noticed when I have my sugary snacks, not like they're all the time, but when I do, I tend to have a gain. Imagine that, right? Some of us, it takes a little longer to learn these things. And then lastly, if you want to focus on supporting your bone health, focus on foods that are rich in calcium, vitamin D, which dairy, nuts, leafy greens, oily fish, and fortified cereals. So those are just some things to keep in mind. Things we already know, but sometimes we just need to be reminded of things. And like I said, knowledge is power. So then we can make the best decisions for our body. They say that we should eat all the colors of the rainbow, and it not only is pleasing to the eyes when we see, all the colors, the reds, the greens, etc., the yellows on our plates, but it's very healthy for our bodies. And, I heard a chef say one time that we eat first with our eyes, that it kind of registers in our brain and brings a sense of satisfaction. So that's something interesting to consider in the week ahead. So before I let you go, I am going to take a step back like I did last week, just to let you see my progress and where I am, and for purposes of documenting my journey, and then we'll end this session. So let me take a step back. So this is me 185.0, not much different than last week, I would say, except for, I guess, it was maintaining. That's right. 185.0. I was gonna say I was up 4 ounces, but that was the week before. So that's where I am now. Making progress. Sometimes the progress, it can be measured in inches, like I said before, which is why I routinely get out the measuring tape, because sometimes when that scale isn't moving, there is progress that is tangible and can be measured in inches, which is encouraging, because when we become discouraged, then we tend to kind of give up, and we do not want to do that. Like the Bible says, do not become weary in well-doing. So I hope you guys are doing well, and that you're staying healthy and blessed and investing in your health. And I will see you soon. Take care.